Hey, Cole, I'm gonna head out in a second. I just wanted to ask, how did you like Kung Fu Panda so far for the first two
It's
movies?
good.
Yeah.
It's good,
I
bro.
told you, I
Took
told
It's
long enough.
fucking
you,
good. Yo, oh
and
shit. A
and
skadoosh.
and
I'm like, damn,
there's a
bro.
lot
What?
of there's a lot of lore that I'm trying to send you to obviously before you watch the third one. But I showed you the Furious Five stuff. How much
Yes.
better do you think the second movie got because you watched the Furious Five?
It does help kind of give me more context on the characters, especially the other characters like the Thundering Rhino and how like he was the son of Flying Rhino and all that kind of stuff. Okay, friend of mine. And how like you have
Yeah,
that lore
yeah,
spoken about that. And you have the Furious Five stuff. It does help because Tigress, seeing how she had that history behind her when she
yes.
was like orphaned, she couldn't find anyone to adopt her per se. That was pretty
And
good.
then when Poe
Out of
talks
it,
about
so
wanting to know his family,
right. So I'm not sure if it does much for let's say Mantis or for Monkey or for let's say even Viper,
Crane.
but Crane. It does more, I guess, compared to Mantis or the other one, Viper. But for Tigress, it matters the most by far. Like, okay,
I will say
that
Crane's
was
an
important.
asshole the most because he was mocked for being skinny and he literally called Poe fat in the first one. I'm like, damn, Crane, man, you didn't learn shit.
He was coping. Obviously, he was clearly coping.
Right.
He could, but yeah, I think it's pretty damn good so far. I would say movie two is better than
Well,
movie
like
one
I think it is.
for
I
sure.
think it is in
Oh yeah,
Crane's character because he's not. He's like the type where he just goes with the flow
sure,
of everything,
sure.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
just says whatever is
I,
happening in the
I will
conversation.
say
I don't
that
know if
how'd you
it's
like?
obviously, like
intentionally meant it, but yeah,
I will say that for his name, I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. The main villain.
Jen,
How long?
No,
Chen.
Shen.
Shen.
I think that Shen, he's not in terms of cool. He's not Tai Lung. Like Tai Lung was just fucking epic. I'm like,
Sure.
yo, this guy's nuts. But
Most people say Tai Lung's badass, obviously, but
yes,
people
but Crane
love
is a
Shen
way
because
better
of the
character, bro.
yeah.
Like, well, maybe not way
Shen's
better.
way better.
Like Shen actually deciding not to get caught up by the skadoosh sauce and decided to try and kill Poe anyway, and then said, "Fuck, I'm gonna
He
die
found inner
regardless."
peace.
Bro,
Inner
that
peace.
shit when he said happiness or joy must be taken. I'm like,
That
bro,
was so
like
good.
Shen, like damn, like he was too
It-
far
He also
gone.
let her.
He was someone that was too
He
far.
let her
He
go.
couldn't let go.
He-
Is
yeah.
Shin the snow leopard?
Yeah, he let the
No,
he let
Shen-
the
Shen is
uh,
the peacock.
Shen is the peacock.
yes,
Bro, my favorite
Yeah.
scene from the Panda movies was when the snow leopard broke out the
bro, yeah,
prison,
fucking
whatever
Tai
that
Lung's
Lung.
prison
Yo,
scene.
that shit was crazy.
Yo, Tai
He-
Lung's
he-
My
retort.
uncle hadn't seen the third one, so it's
Bro, yeah, Tai Lung's retort to Tigress when he was like, "Where is the Dragon Warrior?
You think I'm
How
a
do you know you're
fool?
looking at her?" And he laughs. He laughs halfway
love
through that shit. I'm like, "Ain't
Yo,
no
yeah.
way.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
especially,
cold.
Ain't
That was
especially
no
the
cold.
way that he
way,
was,
bro."
That was
especially the
cold.
way he was on the bridge and stuff like
It
that.
was so good.
Had it by the throat.
Snow
Yeah.
leopard versus
How'd you like?
snow leopard versus peacock.
How'd you like the
No
inner
leopard.
peace combat?
Anna Priest was dope. At the same time, you know, to be fair, I'm like, it's kind of bullshit, but I'll take it. Like, it's like the concept of taking the cannonball, making it to like like the water bead.
4,000 years of tempo, man.
Yeah, that shit was kind of crazy. But I will say that once again, I think that Shen is really good. I thought that he was deep.
Yeah.
He had a lot of like in terms of when you're a kid, I can understand not kids don't understand Shen as a character, but there's a lot of there's a lot of down to earth humanism to Shen's character in terms of
Sure.
people trying to seek happiness and never really ever getting it. People that fall into like cycles of despair. People that kind of start doing things like hard drugs to try and find happiness in their lives. Shen kind of feels like
Also-
he's deep in that way.
I think
Yeah,
I think
also, remember-
I think where Tai Lung falls flat in comparison to Shen is because like
It's
the
writing.
fight that no, it's not even that. It's just the fact that he gets like destroyed by Poe like the way he did. Whereas Shen is like you see the internal strife that he has more and you have that more of that screen time. But like Tai Lung does have those moments where he's fighting against his master in the palace,
Sure.
and you could see like
Yeah.
the character dynamic between the master and Tai Lung, but that hasn't been like
But that
expanded
but
upon
yeah, because
in that.
I'd argue that dynamic is not anywhere close to the depth as Shen and like the soothsayer or like the fortune teller,
Like,
where that was
remember-
clearly a lot deeper. Where like Shen literally kept her around, I think, because she was the only person that was around when he was a kid, and then when he
Yeah.
left, and then so he spared her ultimately. But then even still, it was like when he was preparing for the Panda Warrior, or like, you know, the Warrior Black and White to arrive, he was like trying to like do these poses and trying to like get intimidating, and then she was like, "Yo, like, why are you afraid?" Yeah, and then he's like, "Why are you afraid?" "I'm not afraid." And it's like there are things where it's like there was so much depth to his character in terms of like what he was trying to, like, who he was trying to be. And I think that actually in he probably knew that he couldn't conquer all of China. He probably full on
Remember,
Well, but like
remember,
with,
Shen received this information at a younger age about him literally dying. Like that's gonna freak out a lot of people.
Yes.
Like, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
or like be like defeated at least. I mean, not die, but like be defeated.
I noticed that with the Tai Lung stuff, it's more focused on the master, because you kind of see what like Oogway tells the master and what he has to go through. Tai Lung just seems like the object of mistake in him, and Poe's like where he's trying to redeem himself.
But keep in
Once
mind that
again.
like the master story is also what like kind of Poe goes through in the
Shifu.
movie. Shifu, yeah, Shifu's story is kind of what Poe goes through in movie number 2, where they're trying for inner
Sure.
peace. Like Poe is what
Exactly.
gives Shifu inner peace in movie number 1, even though he had Tai Lung and all that kind of stuff. And then Poe has to find out about his own past and so on to gain his inner peace in movie number 2 that ties to Shen.
Yep.
So he even kind of like he doesn't kill Shen. He kind of like, you know, like Tai Lung just kind of disappears with a skadoosh at the end of movie 1. Shen is still there after it's all said and done, after his fleet's destroyed, and then Shen chooses to die when that giant
inner
pillar,
peace.
his own weapon, falls on him because he couldn't attain inner peace. So it kind of shows you like this is like Shen is like chaos in some ways unchecked, but of course that balance is what Poe attains, and he even like he doesn't kill Shen. Shen
With
takes
balance,
himself
with
out.
balance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he chose to let Shen be spared, but Shen didn't want that.
yeah, he didn't want that, and so that I'm like, yeah, this was pretty freaking good. I'm like, yeah, like so even though he's not, you know, as epic as Tai Lung, you know.
Yeah, I will admit Shen has more of like a internal strife that's more fleshed out. in
Yeah,
comparison to
absolutely,
Tai Lung.
absolutely. Yeah.
Tai
I
Lung
will
does have
say-
that strife, but Tai Lung has that strife, but like it's not. I just think
It's more gray with Tai Lung.
Well, I got
it's
a
just
sports-
complete. It's not even that. It's just the final fight just becomes like a it turns him into a joke essentially.
Well, I
where
think
he
that's the
just
whole
gets
point.
kneed on.
I think that's the whole point of
Skadoosh.
Poe's. That's the
Well, I
whole
got a
point of Poe's fighting
not the
style,
motion
though,
finger.
because Poe's his own warrior.
I got a sports related question for you, Cole.
Okay.
How you feel about Siakam going to Indiana?
I have, man, look, I still, part of me kind of feels like, hey, even though their perimeter defense is not as good, if the Bucks can just get this shit on all cylinders, it's a wrap. Middleton has to stop being a fucking bitch, and he has to just
Wait, you talking about the Bucks?
the
Okay.
Bucks.